Wow, I'm famous. No, 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 no. So the other day I had posted a video, and I really didn't expect it to really get any reviews. Hopefully more than five or six. Maybe just some people who were kind of bypassing and on Twitter, or followed the content creators who I was talking to. With that said, though, it got 61 views. Um, with all due seriousness, it's something I can talk about in a upcoming video, but um, I gave thought for many years now to actually making use of my YouTube channel, and actually learning how to make graphics, background music, actually make it like a real respectable YouTube channel and talk about various topics, as opposed to looking like some dork in 2007 who's discovering how to use the camera on his computer for the first time. I'll address it in another video. There are other things in my life that have to take priority right now. So what I'm probably going to do is, when I feel like it, just making these little, you know, tiny videos, very amateur. And if people like them, um, I will put the time in to making this a proper YouTube channel. Anyway, to the point. So there were two new episode titles that were leaked in regards to the Masters 8 tournament. I'm going to skip over the details, but long story short, there are several different Twitter accounts I'll follow, several different PokeTubers, and I noticed the community was concerned about things that were implied, it seemed, with the titles. Long story short, the way the Japanese was translated into English, and it was cleared up immediately. The first thing I saw was kind of like, bait click, but it was read in a way that, oh my god, Ash could actually lose to Steven. That's not the case. By the time these were posted on Cerebi, the proper, English translations had been ironed out. That's not what's being implied here. Some other people are upset because, read in a certain way, it seems to imply that Cynthia is also aiming to be a Dragon Master, which is out of nowhere, and Iris has surpassed Lance. Again, I don't really speak Japanese at all, maybe 10 words, but I did look at the polished Cerebi titles, and it does look like it's really saying nothing more than Iris's aim is to be a Dragon Master, and her battles with Cynthia. Here's the point of the video I have to make today. It's something a lot of people aren't talking about. So, I'll make some more videos about what I think about journeys in general. I have a lot of criticisms, along with some things that, I think aren't too bad. But one of the things that I am, absolutely very concerned about is this. So the Masters 8 tournament is supposed to be the biggest tournament of Ash's life. Whether or not you've been watching this show for over 20 years, or you just jumped in, whatever, it's a long time. And I was hoping that when he had gone to the Masters 8, we'd be getting full 6v6 battles. And each one would be 3 episodes, like Ash Paul length. Ideally, even the Kukui battle, 4 parts. After all, this is the Tournament of Ash's life. The writers really ought to work hard. Even bring in extra writers. Even temporarily hire some people who are experts with the games. Or even, just get some free consulting by people about how do you make a proper Pokemon/anime battle. Somebody I had heard recently had said, perhaps this should have been an entire season unto itself. And there are good examples of that. One of my favorites growing up was the Battle City Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament. So that was a full season with some filler in the anime that I thought was pretty good. That kind of interrupted it. But the point is, 8 people, full season, all multi-part, most of them 3 parts or more. So with that said, Pokemon should have gotten it for this, especially because in the past, Ash has had battles that were that big. So Johto League, Gary Harrison, those 2 battles, 6v6. The Hoenn League, he had three 6v6s. So Masamune, I think his name was Tyrone, the Meowth guy, and the girl before that with the green hair. Like I said, quickly, I'm not going to spend many minutes. You could look it up, looking up all these names, dubbed or Japanese. Um, and I won't go down the line for every single league, but skipping ahead to Sinnoh though, we don't talk about Tobias, but that was technically 6v6, and then Paul was 6v6, and Kalos rushed at the beginning, but even that had two different 6v6s, Sawyer and Alon. Now, the Alolan League did things differently. That didn't happen. There was one 6v6, which was the ceremonial battle, which technically was post Alolan League. Whatever. You know what the writers were getting at. That was the real final battle. Um, anyway, they should be treating this a certain way. By the way, there's other anime with tournaments that were full seasons that I've seen more recently, Dragon Ball Super. The point is, it's a common trope. And I can't for the life of me understand why they wouldn't bother to put the work into this. I mean, this is ideally a one-time thing. A video I might make in the future is, as much as I like the character of Ash, he needs to retire now. Defeat Leon, retire his character. End of story. And hoping for that, I don't want to get into this video, will he or can he defeat Leon? That's up in the air. But with these upcoming battles, here's what I'm concerned about. So, we had the controversial battle between Alon and Leon. Okay, that was one part. And long story short, the next 3 episodes will be the other 6 contestants who haven't fought yet. And there's going to be one episode 3v3s. I'm hopeful the semifinals will be 6-part and at least 3 episodes, not just 2. Now, there is something to think about really quick. The mechanics of everything. In the past, Team Rocket was annoyingly everywhere. Sometimes some of the skits were funnier than others. In the Hoenn League, I loved their little thing where they had that really, let's see, what's the word I'm trying to find here? I'm trying to make this somewhat PG-13, you know. They had a colorful boss for one of their side jobs. Very comic relief, very verbally, physically abusive. That was fun to watch, actually. But the point is, in the past, Team Rocket have taken up a lot of screen time, sometimes interrupted things. Think of the Orange League, where they stupidly tried to catch Dragonite. And, yeah, that was the thing. Also, a lot of time panning away to showing Ash's friends talking in the audience. Or an episode where, I don't know, Axu gets lost. Or Ash spends a ton of time in a Pokemon Center and Team Rocket capture Pikachu, like in the Kanto League. So, you know, when you think back on some of these episodes that were 3v3s with those interruptions, it's not as short as you would think, having a 3v3 in one episode. And it's not inherently bad, but it can lead to lackluster or even rushed battles, like we saw, in my opinion, last week. I am concerned, here's what I'm finally getting at, I'm concerned that these immediate upcoming battles are being treated as one episode 3v3, because it's following a very safe and simple formula, and Pokemon has done it with the video games and the anime from the beginning. Long story short, once upon a time, Super Mario Brothers, 8 worlds, with 4 stages in them. The Zelda series, 7 or 8 dungeons with the Battle of Ganon coming after that. And that was the formula for many years and many other Nintendo games. Pokemon has that, the HMs and the League. They kind of changed the surface of that with Sun and Moon, but it's basically still the same idea. And while Pokemon Journeys, the show, seemed like it was a clean break away from that, you know, it wasn't lost to me that, okay, every time Ash battles someone, or has to rebattle them, that's the equivalent of a gym leader. So anyone he's fought so far to climb the ranks, maybe it wasn't a clean 8, but those were gym leader equivalences. That's how the writers were treating it. And so they're treating the Masters 8 as just another Pokemon League, really. The stakes are higher, the window dressing is different, and I think fans deserve better than that. I'm hoping the last 3 battles will be 6v6, will be the best we've seen. We deserve that. And the such. I'm not trying to be cynical, but the way they're treating this tournament right now, I wouldn't hold my breath. There's just so much they could be doing, and I don't like the fact that they're in such a rush just to do something vague with Project Mu. That might be another video, by the way. What is the point of that going to be? Once fighting through Regigigas, um, is the whole point just to see Mew? Because Go's goal was to catch Mew. Why rush through this really important tournament just for something that is field work? And why didn't they just get it done and gotten over with earlier, or gotten rid of some filler? It's not good um, to have a show based on the release of video games. They shouldn't really block themselves in. The Pokemon Adventures manga, for example, the guy who does that, he always faithfully makes an adaptation for the new games. Like clockwork, it always happens. But if it's a really good story, he doesn't worry about running out of time. His Black and White 2 manga went on for many years after newer games had come out, all the way through Alola. And the writers should be doing that. There was, the dub called the Pokemon Chronicle side story things. I don't really feel like just because they will feel the need to make an anime equivalent for the upcoming games, presumably, whether it's a new trainer or not, they feel like they have to rush this and not make it concurrent. I also have concerns too that if this is the end of Ash's journey, not wrapping things up with Team Rocket, the organization, I think that's important, and they won't have that much time to work with. They really need to tie up loose ends, and why not? They already, again, not the best way. There wasn't enough screen time with them, but they already tied up loose ends with Butch and Cassidy, for example. Anyway, those were just my thoughts on this. Feel free in the comment section just to tell me what you think. Who knows? Maybe I'll get more than 4 views on this. If so, why not? Everyone else is saying it. Smash that like button. And thank you for watching.